Hey folks, this is Derek with Reptile Automation, and today we're going to show off my dart frogs. I have 3 dart frogs. These are the first amphibians / reptiles I ever had in my life, and they are doing great. These are Cipollini tinctorius, which if you look closely, they have kind of little yellow heads and blue bodies, and I have 3 of them, and I'll try to get some better close-ups of them. I have a male and 2 females. There's one back there. And they are in a Zoomed 24 by 24 by 18. So it's a 2 feet tall by 2 feet deep by 18 inches wide. And it is standing on a 36-inch platform, so I can have another enclosure over here, which we'll show off in another video. And I would say dart frogs are probably one of the easiest to take care of all animals that I have. I would say probably my tortoise is probably the easiest of them all. But generally, these guys are pretty simple. You feed them fruit flies, which I have sitting right here. And what you do is you basically shake up the fruit flies and you put them into another bin and throw them in here. And maybe I'll do a video on how to go about doing so. But they will eat those guys up. They eat quite a bit of them. They're a little bit older now. They're probably in the range of 1.5 to 2 years old now. So I don't feed them that often. I probably feed them maybe once or twice a week now. I think I could feed them a little bit more, but I do feed heavy, so I put in quite a bit. So they do get fed pretty quickly, quite a bit. So I don't know. Maybe I'll change that. So they got a lot of live plants in here. They got a lot of sphagnum moss, everything that they can ever need. They got a lot of branches to climb on, and all of it is live. All the plants are live. You generally have to cut them, every couple of months. You got to kind of cut them. So there he is. I'll give you a little bit better picture of them. So it is recommended with dart frogs that you keep the same species together and not intermingle the species. So I try to keep them exactly the same species. I would not recommend keeping multiple species, as they can indeed fight and they can indeed spread diseases and a number of other things. So it's highly recommended that you don't keep different types of species together. I keep their humidity very high. I keep it around 90 to 100%. And you can pretty much flood these guys as much as you want, as long as you can keep the water pretty low. So I keep the water pretty low, so that way they won't drown. They're not a swimming frog, so I would not recommend any type of water dish whatsoever. They get all their water from the humidity. There is a nozzle up in the upper right-hand corner that takes care of the humidity. And like all my other cages, I have a sensor push sensor that gives me the temperature and humidity. Generally, this tank stays between 80, I would say maybe even less, 75 and 80 inside, and the humidity, like I said, I keep it above 80%. It's generally around 90% most of the day. So let's see if we can find them. Sometimes they like to hide, and there's the guy right there. So this is a tropical enclosure, so because of that, it's got a special layer for hydration. So these are called hydro balls, and then there is a small basically mesh screen that keeps the dirt from getting into the balls down here. And then on top of that, I have a top layer of, like I said, sphagnum moss and a bunch of different soils I like to use. There's a ton of leaf litter in here. They love leaf litter. And of course, I have isopods and springtails to pick up and eat all their droppings. This keeps the humidity nice and high without creating a flood. And as long as you are properly misting, I mist them probably 15 seconds every 4 hours, and it keeps the humidity nice and high without flooding them. And I think that's the key to dart frogs. So like all my other tanks, they have an LED/UVB. Frogs don't really need UVB, but it is there. I do highly recommend, if you are using any type of enclosure with dart frogs, that you do some type of enclosed enclosure. You can see that I bought these glass panels that go on top here. Now, for those that don't know, UVB does not pass through glass. So because they're dart frogs, the UVB actually isn't doing anything. It's actually doing more for this tank where there is no glass in that area. And again, we do have the LEDs that do grow, and I can tell you they work great. I have to snip these quite a bit. So we haven't really named them. There are 3 of them. It's hard to kind of get an idea of who's who. But they're very friendly. I don't ever take them out. I keep them in here at all times. If you do ever want to handle any type of frog, you're going to want to wear gloves. It's very important because they will ingest anything that's on your skin through their skin. So you got to be very careful when handling frogs. Also, anytime you clean anything, you want to make sure that you're using very natural substance to clean the inside. You do not want to use anything that has chemicals in it, or they can unfortunately die from it. So there they are. These are my dart frogs. So I really hope you like this video. It's one of my favorite animals to keep, so I really like it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of these videos because I have a lot of animals. So hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, give it that thumbs up. And any comments in the comment section, I'll try to get to as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.